On my daughter's 7th birthday, I got a call saying, "I want to buy your child." Who is this? I gripped my phone so hard I thought it might crack. The voice was heavily accented and serious. "I'm going to buy your child, okay?" The man sounded like he was confirming a business transaction. "No, the duck, you're not." But before I could say anything else, the line went dead. I jumped up from the conference table so fast my chair tipped over. My boss was mid-sentence about quarterly projections, but I was already running for the door. My hands shook as I called my wife while sprinting down the hallway toward the parking garage. Jenny picked up on the third ring, sounding stressed. "Where's Brenda? Where is she right now?" I was practically screaming into the phone. "She's in an Uber on the way home from school. I'm stuck at work with this deadline and couldn't pick her up, so I ordered her a ride. I gave them your number to call when they arrived." "Why? What's wrong?" Her voice went from confused to worried. "The driver just called and said he wants to buy our daughter. Call the police right effing now." I fumbled with my keys trying to unlock my car. Jenny started crying immediately. I could hear her telling her coworkers to call 911 while she sobbed. I tried to stay calm for her, but my mind was racing with every horrible possibility. Brenda was only 7. She just turned 7 that morning. She was tiny for her age and way too trusting of strangers. We'd just gotten her an emergency phone last month, but she barely knew how to use it. I called Brenda's phone over and over while speeding through red lights. Each time it went straight to voicemail with her little voice saying, "Hi, this is Brenda, leave a message." My chest felt like it'd explode. I kept picturing her scared and alone with some creep who wanted to traffic children. Jenny called back hysterical saying she'd given the police the Uber information and car description. It was a gray Corolla with some numbers she'd screenshot. The cops had dispatched units to look for it, but in a city this big that felt impossible. I was driving in circles around Brenda's school, hoping maybe they hadn't gotten far. 15 minutes felt like 15 hours. Every gray car made my heart race. Every kid with a backpack made me do a double take. I was about to completely lose it when Jenny called again. "They found her! They found her!" She was crying, but it sounded different. "Meet us at this address. The police have the driver and Brenda is safe." I've never driven so fast in my life. When I pulled up, there were 3 police cars surrounding a gray Corolla. My heart nearly exploded when I saw Brenda sitting on the curb perfectly fine, eating what looked like chocolate cake. She had frosting on her nose and was chatting with a female officer like nothing was wrong. The driver was a small, older man, probably in his 60s, standing with 2 other officers. He looked terrified and kept gesturing with his hands while trying to explain something. His English was clearly limited, and he kept switching to what sounded like Arabic, or maybe Farsi. I ran to Brenda and scooped her up so tight she complained I was squishing her. I kissed her so many times on the cheek, my lips went numb. Jenny arrived seconds later, and we both just held her while crying. "Daddy, why are you being weird?" Brenda asked, pulling back to look at us. "Mr. Rashid gave me birthday cake. He said his bakery made too much and it would go in the garbage. Look, he even wrote my name." She showed us the small cake with "Happy 7 Brenda" written in purple frosting. One of the officers came over and explained what they'd figured out. Mr. Rashid owned a struggling bakery with his wife. When Brenda mentioned it was her birthday during the ride, he wanted to surprise her with leftover cake that would have been thrown out. He'd tried calling to make sure it was okay with the parents first, but his limited English made "I want to give your child free birthday cake from my bakery" sound like "I want to buy your child." The poor man was mortified when he understood what had happened. Through a translation app, he kept apologizing and showing pictures of his own grandchildren. He'd been trying to do something nice, and instead caused a citywide Amber Alert situation. His wife showed up and started crying too when she heard what happened. I felt so bad, but also so relieved I couldn't be mad. Brenda was safe, and some sweet old man just wanted to make her birthday special. We ended up going to his bakery the next week and buying so many pastries we fed my whole office. When my boss mentioned needing a reliable driver for airport runs, I immediately recommended Mr. Rashid. Also, I divorced my wife a year later. I don't know why she thought it was okay to put our 7-year-old daughter in an Uber.